for Aura PH. We'll see if sieges are what's going to happen.
Yeah. If I may, I actually like Bren Esports' lineup. There's so many ways to engage, huge range, as well as a reliable way to scale with that Alice. But again, given how specific and how lethal Aura Philippines, the potential for their lineup to work, I'm just the same precautious. Hold up, nice call here by Aura Philippines to just pressure even the Little Wanderer. They know that Bren Sports is on the back foot.
Yeah, and I also have to comment on the Alice pickup. It can interrupt the Eve.
Possibly, but again, when you go in for the Eve, you have to kill her.
Yeah,
you
that's
have
true.
to end it. And again, how crazy this is that Coach Ducky of Bren Sports, the night after they beat Blacklist International, he did say if you're going to strike at a king, you better kill him. And that's the same principle when it comes down to the Eve. When you come in, you better kill her, or else.
That's the second arrow connecting onto Raflesia, and that's a goodbye for him in the bottom lane.
Love it. And great start for Bren Sports already. We might be in for the long con here, ladies and gentlemen. Just the same, they burned the Purify, so that's a nice thing to note for Bren Sports.
That's a win, a double win for themselves. And Aura, they just... I don't know, I feel like the composition here is a siege comp, but at the same time, it's a late game type of a mid to late game type of composition, just because of the fact that they really need to make sure that they have the items to go toe-to-toe against a Bren lineup that really wants to go for fights now.
Yeah, Bren Sports, their lineup is conventional. Odd to say, given that there is a Barats here. It's just been, what, a couple of weeks since we saw the upswing on this off-lane hero. But just the same, Aura Philippines, look at this! Like, the fact that there's a Zask kind of telegraphs what you're trying to do.
That's true, and Bren Esports are kind of telegraphing to Aura that, hey, we want this turtle. Give us some space, and we'll start it off for you guys. And Aura might just go for it. Lusty, beautiful G Kundo onto JP, then the way to the Dragons as well to zone him out. But that is Lord Hades falling down. The turtle will go down on the side of Bren Esports as well as they go on for the aggression. Greed will fall down. A snipe on that Abyssal Arrow as well.
Oh no, and even the purple here being threatened by Flap TZ. Few here gonna help with the take. Give it over to Carl. This is already looking like a brand new Bren Esports. That fight, Aura Philippines had no business being that close. Again, if you're gonna let go of the turtle, just make the call. Don't know if Lord Hades was anywhere close to it. I think he did try to hit it with the Retribution.
He did. He was in the prime spot to contest it. And he just paid the price for it. That could have just been a disengage. It's not that big, the first turtle, just when it stacks on together. As Rebo pops the old Hades as well, forced to use the Thorned Rose to try to deal damage onto Rebo and Few. And Few is back on the fight. Carl TZ as well. They're sieging up this top lane. They can set up a dive for themselves as Few will wait for an Abyssal Arrow to be thrown. Or they go in as they get greed in the process here. But still relatively healthy. But he's starting to hurt though.
Yep, that's the thing. Again, we just noticed and we just witnessed how Daytona's Welcome does nothing against Eve when she is hitting those theorems, those formulas with the real-world manipulation. As you saw, Daytona tried to eat her up. Nothing happened. Yeah, so, that being said, oh!
He hurts.
Close.
1 HP in a dream.
This is the Granger that Carl TZ wants to play. This is a great look for Bren Sports right now. They are ahead about 3,000 gold.
It's a Granger?
I concur.
Okay.
I'll let you have that one.
All right, 15 seconds. The Lord Turtle is up next here, and Aura has no priority over the Turtle Pit.
It's tough. It's tough. Again, this is what you get when... Again, I do trust Aura Philippines. I have great belief in this team. Look up to them. But just the same, Popol Kupa might not be for them. Hold up!
Here's a Siege Bowl that's happening over in the top side. As they get Few, Koopa will secure that kill. The Theorems are out. They're trying to get the theory that they might take down Rebo, but that's not going to happen because he already popped his ultimate. Flicker's expended too.
That Aura Philippines goes in and out just isn't working this time around. Game 1, it was amazing. they would get away with so much. But this time around, Bren Esports, if it's not a punish, it's a wash. They make sure that Aura goes home with low HP and no ults. Look at this. No, man, look at the right side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. At some point, it was all black. Bren Esports was just
all grain.
Lovely.
It's greener on the other side, as they say.
It is greener on the other side, but also they did swap sides.
Yes. And that's... Man, I don't know how long we can continue with this.
It's got to stop.
It's got to stop.
Just like how hard it is for Raflesia here. This is a dead lane, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, he already lost this lane. There's no way he's going to be coming back from that. Rebo, on the other hand, might just lose his life as they're expending a lot onto Rebo, and they almost go down. Lusty is in position to go for the Jeet Kune Do onto JP. No way of the Dragon's going to be used up because there won't be any follow-throughs, but Few has the Abyssal Arrow.
Oh man, I can imagine how miserable it is right now for Aura Philippines. They spent so many ults, went on the brink of dying themselves, going down to what, a quarter of their health just to take down Rebo at 6 minutes. That's not even a fully armed Alice. That's how hard, how difficult this game is right now.
Oh, backlines, flap, spots out Lord Hades, and they get a double off of that. This is a complete reverse of what happened in game number 1. And now JP and Benecutie are in the top spot. Bren Esports are sieging up the top lane here. And Carl Teasy and Lusty, they're just really diving into backlines here, giving Few a lot of space to secure this turn for themselves.
Couldn't even get the punish on Flap Teasy. That is just how far ahead Bren Esports is this time around. About 20,000 to 15. Not even the first Lord on the map. This is the last turtle, possibly. They're going to go push in. This is what's scary about Bren Esports. When they're winning, when they're ahead, it's almost unstoppable. It's like facing down a bulldozer while you're on your bike. You're going to get run over. And right now, we just saw Flap Easy cut through the back line in top lane, took a double, and survived.
Man, the principle is whenever you're ahead, do what you can to stay ahead. And that's what Bren has been doing.
It's ridiculous. And looking at Lusty, he's been playing Diversion so well. Doesn't even convert to anything. He's sitting at 0-0 and 1. It's just the fact. It's the mere threat of activation. His presence alone.
It's frightening to Aura PH.
Yeah.
And they're securing turrets off of this too. It's just down to the inhibitor turrets in the top and the bottom lane. You can still have a tier 2 turret in the mid lane. And Aura, they're having a hard time looking for objectives. They're gonna go for Flap Teasy here, but the damage output is really not there. Here comes the theorems that they want to happen, but Greed will not find anybody to burst down completely. They lose Lord Hades in the process. No more primary damage dealer here for RPH as Lusty goes for the way the Dragon. Flap Teasy will be wrapping it up. Few with the garrote secures the kill onto Benecutie, and they're just going to continue on with this aggression. Abyssal Arrow not going to find its mark. Greed forced to flicker out. Rebo looking for an opportunity to dive into the back lines, but the Blood Orb is not available anymore, and they will convert this into the mid lane going down.
As far down as Aura Philippines fallen, actually this turning into a 2-for-1 in the grander scheme of things is good news. The fact that they only went 2-for-1 means that somewhere, somehow, they still have it in them. But, just the same, I'm worried. Rebo is slowly scaling, man. Rebo is slowly just farming up. And already, right now, Aura Philippines having a hard time just taking down one hero. Taking difficulties, taking down one hero. What more when Bren Esports is fully ready to engage? Aura Philippines, the way I can see them winning is, again, taking these small pickoffs one at a time. Possibly with less resources having been spent. And then converting straight into objectives. Possibly a Lord. But then again, that is a best case scenario at this point.
I'm curious. I think Rebo may already be at 30 stacks at this point. With just how active he is in the map. It's a tough call here for RPH to find out who are we going to fight in the first place. Who's the person we want to pick off? Because every single member here from Bren Esports is that impactful. You take down Carl Teasy, Fuse is still there to assassinate. You take down Few, Rebo and Carl Teasy's there to pick up the slack.
Yeah. I think best case scenario, it would be either Few or Carl Teasy. Once. Just Few or Carl Teasy, one of them's. But by the way it's looking, even Rebo and Flap Teasy, if they were the ones who played Diversion, were on the front lines peeling, it would still be bad news for Aura.
And also, gotta commend Lusty. Creating a lot of space for Bren Esports to really come back in this fight.
Yeah.
It's really the side lanes is showing, not the side lanes, I mean, it's just the roams here just showing effectivity onto Lusty.
Yep. And again, I think you were on the right thought here. It's the side lanes that opened up this strategy for Bren Esports to actually succeed. Again, Raflesia versus Flapteezy, dead lane. Paquito is countered by Barats. Up top, it's Benicuti versus Ribo, and Ribo's having a free go despite having visits from the rest of our Philippines. Just the same.
Oh, the backline catch onto Benicuti, forced to use the real-world manipulation there. Lusty is taken out. This might be an opening for Aura PH, but the damage output is not enough for themselves. Raflesia is forced to back off. The Abyssal Arrow will not find its mark, and it's a stalemate here as the Lord is marching on over towards the base. It's a free mid lane inhibitor turret, and Aura PH are forced to expend everything they've got towards this Lord, and Bren Esports are already sieging up inside the base, knocking on the door, stealing away every single option the Aura has to come back in this game. They take down Green in the process there. Raflesia still barely managing to make it out alive, and Bren has to secure this game for themselves, but Lord Hades and Aura, they're fending off the push. They still got a little bit of wave clear from themselves. Koopa is down, so it's now still effectively a 4v5. They get the stun and the Daytona's welcome onto Raflesia, and this has to be the game. Lord Hades has nothing much to do. Bren takes it to game number 3, ladies and gentlemen.
A